Hey everybody, welcome back to A Cow's Opinion, which is the opinionated show of The Cow, where I tell you what I think of things, and really it doesn't matter because all opinions of The Cow are a moot point. And guys, this kind of ties back into the whole Activision Blizzard thing, because today, Sony, which looked pretty humiliated and panicked about what was going to be happening to them, now that Activision Blizzard was going to be bought by Microsoft, Sony has bought Bungie for $3.6 billion. So let's take a look. Well, thanks to Matt Kim at IGN, and thank you to Ethan Gatch at Kotaku, whose articles we are going to be looking at today. The Bungie will be run as an independent subsidiary, so it's not going to be a first party. I think it's going to be like technically it's going to be like a second party. And will remain so first-party studios are owned by the big three, Nintendo, Microsoft, and Sony, and they make only stuff for that one console. Third-party, it's just you make whatever you want. So this is technically about the closest you're going to get to second-party, which is Sony owns them, but they don't want to take away... They understand that Bungie games are enjoyed by a ton of people, and they'll be missing out on way too many sales if they restrict it to Sony. So Bungie is best known as the creators of Halo, but since becoming an independent studio, have focused their efforts on Destiny, the live service FPS RPG, where players can explore the galaxy as guardians of life. They're also working on new IP, and the official PlayStation blog boasts oh god, can you tell it's Monday? CEO Jim Ryan begins by confirming Bungie's independence. They don't want a lot of hate off of this, and a lot of gamers would give them hate. I want to be very clear to the community that Bungie will remain an independent and multi-platform studio and publisher. Now, that doesn't necessarily mean that it's going to come out on Microsoft, but you will be able to play on PC, almost certainly. Ryan also states that Bungie will sit alongside the PlayStation Studios organization, where the two groups will collaborate. PlayStation Studios will also gain their proprietary tools, which is it's not just Destiny and a new IP, because really, ever since Bungie sold Halo to Microsoft, which made 343 Studios, and took a lot of their talent to do so, Bungie has really only a little... It's really good stuff, don't get me wrong, but they don't have like a massive backlog of stuff, so it's the proprietary tools that Sony really is paying for right now. Again, Bungie reaffirms that it remains independent. This is the 6th acquisition since the start of last year. Though most of the studios have been with long histories like Bluepoint, Housemarque, or support teams and Specialized, like Nixxes and Valkyrie Entertainment. And while Destiny 2 has been heavily promoted along PlayStation, their history is intertwined across Xbox, PC, PlayStation, and the company hopes to remain multi-platform after the deal. The deal is going to be scrutinized, with Xbox recently picking up both ZeniMax and Activision Blizzard. We'll get more than that in just a second, but let's look at Kotaku as well, who will again, just basically saying the same things. Reportedly remain an independent subsidiary of Sony Interactive Entertainment, free to self-publish and reach players however it chooses. We will have to see if that's... They're free to do whatever they want, but behind closed doors, we don't know. Just like Microsoft was saying, Call of Duty is going to be multi-platform if at all possible, but maybe that's just what they're saying. You can't, until you see what happens, we can't see what happens. And of course, it also mentions here the 900-employee studio. That's a pretty damn decent-sized studio, actually. It's working on other projects, including the original IP scheduled to release by 2025. So, it's 3 years from now. Yeah, and here's the part that I really wanted to hit. Ever since Microsoft announced its own 68.7 plan, I should say billion, but that's what it means, to buy Activision Blizzard, PlayStation fans have been eager to see Sony respond in some way as the video game industry tumbles headfirst into a pit of consolidation. So let's talk about that, because this is, first of all, if you're one of the owners of Bungie, congratulations, you just got paid a lot of money. So obviously this is Sony responding to where we want to make sure that we have a lot of talent going through. Now, Microsoft is spending a lot more money, and they're getting a lot more. This is not where Sony outthought Microsoft because they only paid. Again, Bungie really only has right now the rights to Destiny. All of Halo is owned by Microsoft. The new TV show just got announced in the first official preview during the playoff games, which were awesome, by the way, yesterday. If you like football, I hope you saw them. And this is basically just Sony. Like, how do we secure our future? If you haven't been paying attention to the world, years of a event that have been happening worldwide, which I cannot say because YouTube will probably kill this video. Instead of getting a couple dozen of you at most, I'll only get like one of you watching. But because of that, and all of the studios that had to close and layoffs and everything, video game industry is going through a period of consolidation. Now, it will go through a layer of expansion because a lot of those people who got laid off or left, say, Activision Blizzard or these bigger studios during the last couple of years, are working on independent projects. They've made their own studios. They're self-publishing on Steam and Epic, and it's going to be great. But that takes years to do. So before that happens, these bigger studios are getting swallowed up by the people with the money. And then over the next 2 or 3 years, these newer studios that are going to give us really great games, they will slowly turn over the next decade or two into the new Activision Blizzard, into the new ZeniMax, into the new Bungie, which will be swallowed up in another wave of consolidation in turn. It's just the cycles of the industry, you know. You make your own studio, it gets big, and you decide, do I want to keep it? Do I want to sell it on the stock market myself? Or, you know what, do I just need to, am I done? Am I burned out? And one of the big console publishers is giving me tens of billions of dollars, and it's time to go home and sit on my yacht. And I can't fault somebody who, after they've worked so hard to build something, gets paid. So I know a lot of people are concerned about this wave of consolidation. I've been yelled at on Discord a couple of times by other people. So, again, the reason why all this is happening is because years of people staying at home and playing lots of video games has made talent a premium. In the United States, at least, if you're not watching the United States, worker rates and wages, I can talk, are increasing pretty well. Now, inflation is also up too, but hopefully, there's hope that that will calm down a lot this year as we finally pour out of this junk. And so talent is at a premium, which is why all of this hundreds of billions of dollars over last year and this year, probably bleeding into 2023, are going to be paid to secure exclusives or first-party studios to make sure that this console, whatever console, is the one that you want. I know some people, no one's really asking what Nintendo's going to do, because Nintendo is a little bit better about Microsoft and Sony about just building talent within and getting stuff done within. And also, if you haven't noticed, the Switch has quietly become the best independent console for small indie studios to just put their stuff out on. It's kind of amazing. So as we all know here, Activision Blizzard misconduct combined with other factors, but let's not kid ourselves, a lot of it was the misconduct. Just nuked their stock price so much to where Bobby Kotick, when Microsoft said, hey, we'll pay almost $70 billion, Bobby went to his board and Bobby said, you know, guys, we want to remain independent. He didn't actually have the muscle with the stockholders and the board that he had, because finally all of his misplays and misdeeds and stuff finally got taken care of. The one thing that protected Bobby Kotick was the stock price and that dividend. If you were on that board, or if you were a holder of Activision Blizzard, you got paid. And I said it in a previous video, you guys can go back and watch it. As long as the money kept rolling in, Bobby was safe. No one was going to get rid of Bobby, because they were getting paid. Why would you get rid of the guy who's getting you paid? But now, that stock price fell so low that even paying $70 billion Microsoft is buying Activision Blizzard beneath what it was this past summer. Just 9 months ago, it's like $105 a share. When they announced this, it was in the 50s and 60s. Guys, it got cut almost in half in under a year. No matter what business you're in, no matter what metric you're using, it's terrible. And that is why Activision Blizzard is being sold. Bobby finally did not have the muscle with the holders of the stock, with his board. They saw what was happening. They're like, you know what, we can either... I don't really want to spend years cleaning up this mess. These guys are offering me a ton of money to go away. I want my money, I'm going to go away. Now, I know Bobby gets like $250 million. To people like Bobby, it doesn't matter. He liked the power, the prestige. So yes, we have to pay Bobby to go away. And that's unfortunate. But you know what? Because of the contract, the golden parachute that he wrote, he gets like 99% of his take-home bonus when he quits. Even if you fire him for misconduct. He could do terrible things to his employees. You still got to pay him almost $250 million. So you know what? If there's no way to get around it, just pay him to go away. And let Microsoft hopefully do a better job. Will they do a better job? I really hope so, because Activision Blizzard was one of the companies that got me into gaming. And a lot of really hard-working, talented people work there. And they deserve somebody who's just going to get out of their way, especially at Blizzard. Blizzard magic was, it's done when it's done. And yeah, you had to wait a while, but damn if it wasn't worth that wait and it was beautiful. Oh, someone just pinged me on Discord. Guys, I really hope that this is the start of... Because here, Bungie was also the subject of reports of workplace issues last year. Incidents of sexism, racism, and other mistreatment that went unaddressed by... It's the stupidest thing in the world. I don't want to get rid of this person who's terrible because I don't want him to go work for a competitor. But you've got to get rid of the poison. Because, yeah, the one guy at the top might be doing a great job. Not doing a great job of taking care of his staff, but he's doing a great job. But guess what? It doesn't matter how great your creative director is if your artists, your programmers, your coders, your engineers, and everybody else is like, screw it, we're going to make our own studio, and we're going to do our own thing. So, I really do, this is just people like, you know what, sometimes it's just easier to cash out and let somebody else clean it up. And Sony is willing to pay $3.6 billion for the chance to clean it up. So guys, that is just a little quick video on the Cow's opinion. Make sure you like, comment, and subscribe, but most of all, comment. Let me know down there. What do you think? Are you worried about the consolidation in the video game industry? What studio do you think is next? Or is there a studio that you think should be next? Should Nintendo finally acquire some North American studio? I don't know, but you can let me know in the comments. Thank you so much, as always, for watching. We will have an update video on January's channel metrics this weekend, like we always do. And I look forward to having that conversation with you guys. Thank you so much, and have a nice evening.